Hello Facebook, hello Instagram, and today is May the 12th, which is Fibromyalgia Awareness Day. So as always, in the world of MCC, we always do something special for Fibromyalgia Awareness Day. We are the UK's leading holistic company specialising in fibromyalgia, so it would be really weird if we didn't do anything special for Fibro Awareness Day. So Mark will be joining me in a minute. He's just nipped the loo. He's going to make a brew on his way back in, and just give us a chance for a few people to join. We're hoping, hello everybody joining, hi. We're hoping for some fantastic figures watching today. We've got admin spread right across the board. We've got some admin over on Facebook. Thank you, admin on Facebook. We've got some admin over on Instagram as well. So thank you, admin, for spreading yourself out a little bit. That's much appreciated. What I will say to you is we have got some fantastic prizes to give away today in this hour-long special. If you want to participate, you are going to need a pen and you are going to need some paper to write on. If you've been with us before when we've done these lives, you know how it goes. You know what the score is. We're going to give you 5 words throughout the live. You need to make a note of them. And then as soon as the live finishes, you will need to send them through to our messenger on Facebook or our DM on Instagram, and the first 5 that we receive right across the board will win a prize, which we will tell you about in a little bit. So it's all really exciting. So thank you everybody for joining. Got lots and lots of people watching, so that's really cool. So what we want to do today as well is the main reason that we do these lives is we want to help raise awareness for fibromyalgia. We think they're always really handy if you've got something that you can share with somebody in your life. If you've got somebody that doesn't really understand about your fibromyalgia and you think that just hearing it from somebody else might help them understand your illness a little bit, then you know that's all fantastic. You also get Mark's perspective as well, because as well as me living with fibromyalgia on a day-to-day basis, then obviously Mark lives with it as well. You know, Mark has to cope with my good days and my bad days along with me, and you know it has an effect on Mark as well. So if he can share a little bit, thank you, darling, the partner's perspective, that might help too. We're very safe and well. Thank you very much for asking, and thank you everybody joining. Look at those numbers straight away. How fantastic is that? Come on then.
Like I'm sat in the naughty corner.
Oh, it's where you belong most of the time. There we go. So we might have to like squidge this way. Let me just turn it a little bit because we can't have Instagram missing out on seeing the genius.
I had to do a brew, didn't I?
You had to do a brew, yeah. I need a brew to do a live with. So fibromyalgia, what is fibromyalgia? Fibromyalgia is an invisible illness that 1 in 25 people in the UK have got. There's between 1.5 and 2 million people that actually suffer from fibromyalgia. Fibromyalgia, there are no tests for it. It has a range of symptoms that can range from chronic pain to insomnia, to fibro fog, to headaches, muscle pain, restless leg syndrome. The list just goes on and on. IBS.
Well, they say it's invisible, don't they? But the effects of it certainly are.
Yeah, you know, you could literally, I think there's, last time we counted, there was something like 125 symptoms, isn't there?
I couldn't believe that list of symptoms.
I know, when Mark first met me and he looked up fibromyalgia and he had it up on the computer screen and he was scrolling and thinking, I've got to the end of it now. And he's like, no, I'm still scrolling. So, you know, it's very difficult to diagnose fibromyalgia because there are so many symptoms. There's no blood tests for it. There's no x-rays that will diagnose it. It literally is a case of just putting all the jigsaw puzzle pieces together. And that's why it can be very difficult to get a diagnosis. When you first get fibromyalgia, you almost think you're going crackers because you just can't figure out what's wrong with you. You go to the doctors, they tell you there's nothing wrong with you, and before you know it, you've embarked on this whole sort of like snowball effect of medication. At my very worst, I was in bed 3 or 4, sometimes 5 days a week, where I just couldn't get out of bed between the pain and the fatigue. The fatigue for me is most debilitating. And the amount of medication that I was on was ridiculous. You know, I lost my job through it.
Crutches.
Yeah, couldn't walk without crutches. You know, I was at an all-time low when my fibromyalgia was at its worst. And then I was very lucky because I met this wonderful man. He's like, oh, look, I'm getting compliments. I met this wonderful man, and that's when my life changed, really.
I've got a pen. I'll write this down.
It's recorded, darling. It's going to be out there in the ether forever and ever. So, I mean, I don't know whether you want to pick up a little bit then about what you thought when you first met me.
Well, I'd never really heard of it. I don't know. It's just, like I say, all I saw was the effects, wasn't it? And the big thing for me was seeing your medicine drawer. I just couldn't believe it. It was literally like a Jack in the Box. I opened this drawer. I was looking for a spoon for the tea, and I opened the wrong drawer, and there's this packets of stuff just. It was like some sort of party popper stuff full. I couldn't believe it. And then I read what they were. I couldn't believe it. And how many you were on a day. And like a cocktail, wasn't it?
It was a lot. I was on amitriptyline. I was on like top doses of all this, all this medication as well. As on amitriptyline, fluoxetine, goodness knows how many different types of anti-inflammatories. I can't remember the name of. Tramadol, cocodamol, paracetamol for breakthrough pain, butrans patches, fentanyl patches, and you literally just went no. You were like, no, this stops. So Mark's background is he's a research and development scientist, has been for the last 30 years.
Yeah, isn't it now? Yeah. It sounds like a cliche, doesn't it? 30 years. 30 years, man and boy.
So that's what Mark's always done. But has a love of all things natural as well. And he very, very quickly decided he was going to start doing some research and make me natural products. Within 3 months, if that, I was off of all my medication.
I've been into the essential oils and all that for quite some time before I met you.
And I've never looked back. I can work 12 hours a day. Sometimes we do more than 12 hours a day, don't we?
You do seem to sort of keep it under control, don't you?
Yeah, I can control it. I'm completely medication free. We've helped so many other people get there as well. I think at MCC, once we discovered that the products work so well, we decided we couldn't keep them to ourselves, and that's when MCC was born. It's more than just the products. We will always be here to help and advise, point people in the right direction, give them support, and just be there when they feel that they haven't got anybody that understands, because it can be very isolating and very lonely when you've got a chronic illness, especially with fibromyalgia, with the fatigue being so debilitating. So that's a huge part of it to us as well, isn't it? We would never, ever want anybody to feel that they were alone, and that's what MCC's about. Oh, thank you. That's a really nice thing to say. So we're just getting comments on Instagram saying it's frightening when you read about all the pain meds, and you guys are just amazing. Thank you so much. But yeah, it's the medication that we're on for fibromyalgia, that we're given for fibromyalgia. When it's handed to you, you're kind of like, you get this sense of relief. You're like, thank goodness, they're going to give me something that's going to make it better. It's going to take it away. This is going to improve my life. When that doesn't work and you go back and they up your dose, all that's doing is compounding to you mentally that you must be really bad for them to have to up your dose. And then that doesn't work and you go back and they up it again, and you just get into this cycle of believing that you're beyond help, that nothing can help you because your fibromyalgia is that bad. The reality of it is they're just not doing anything. It's been proven now, isn't it, that opioid medication doesn't work for chronic pain. So chronic pain is very, very different to acute pain. Acute pain is something if you break a leg, after you've had an operation, if you had an accident, that kind of thing. It's something where you can see that the pain's going to be short-lived and there's going to be an end to it. For that type of pain, opioid medication works fantastically well. That's what it was invented for, and it's really, really good. It won't work with chronic pain. But the reason you get a little bit of relief to start off with is when any pain starts, it starts life as an acute pain, doesn't it? It's only over time that it develops into a chronic illness and becomes a chronic pain, and it changes, it becomes a different illness, and so it doesn't work. A fentanyl patch is 270 times stronger than a cocodamol, and they hand these things over without telling you that, without making you aware of what the side effects are, if you're going to come off of those. It's very, very scary. And what you think as fibromyalgia getting worse and the symptoms getting worse actually isn't. A lot of it is you're battling the side effects from your medication. And we found this right across the board with all of our customers that are now medication free. They have all said exactly the same thing. They cannot believe how well they feel now. You still have fibromyalgia. We can't cure fibromyalgia, unfortunately, not yet. It's something we'd like to think that we can do at some point in the future. But it's not curable. But what we can do is make it a lot easier to help you live with it.
We do keep looking, don't we?
You do. The research you do into it is remarkable. Absolutely remarkable. It just doesn't get enough research, and we don't even know what causes it. We know what triggers it. We know that it is usually triggered by some form of trauma, and that trauma doesn't necessarily mean that you've had a horrific accident or a horrific illness. Trauma can be caused to your body, and stress can be caused to your body through your diet, what's the word? Environment, that's the word I was looking for. There's lots of things that can cause stress to your body that can trigger it. So we know that stress is a trigger, but the actual underlying cause is what makes it so difficult to try and pinpoint how to treat it. You still have bad days. I still have bad days, don't I? Still have days where I can't get out of bed. But considering they used to be 3 or 4 days a week, they are...
It's not even that a month, is it?
No.
Probably like a quarter, I'd say now.
Yeah. And then it's still nowhere near,
No, you recover a lot quicker, don't you?
Mm. And I know how to deal with it. I've got all the tools that I need in my toolkit to be able to deal with it. So that's why it's very, very important to us that we help people achieve exactly the same. So at the beginning of the live, I did say that you need a pen and paper. We are going to be doing a competition throughout. We will be giving you 5 words as we go through. So shall we do the first word?
First one, I think, yeah.
Not adding your words yet, Lulu. This is the first word. Oh, it's going to be backwards on Instagram. First word is light. 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 There you go. So what we wanted to do today, and we always do this for Fibromyalgia Awareness Day, is we will always do something special based around our fibromyalgia products. So quite, there's loads of those comments there. So admin are all over that. So we're going to struggle to keep up with comments, but at least the admin are there. They'll help answer questions. So if you could pass me the fibromyalgia kit, my darling. So we've got something very special for you for Fibromyalgia Awareness Day. We are going to be doing this as a special offer for exactly the same price as what the fibromyalgia kit is at the moment on the website. So you don't need to look for anything special. It's just for the rest of this week up until midnight on Sunday. Everything that I'm going to show you here is going to be included in the fibromyalgia kit. So the first thing that Mark ever made for me was Sleepyhead. And Sleepyhead is just a gorgeous blend of base oils and essential oils that will help you manage your insomnia and anxiety. So to help you sleep, you just massage it into your forehead, your temples, clavicle areas, wrists, even the soles of your feet. You can just put it anywhere, really, can't you? And put it on at bedtime, and it will help you just drift off into a gorgeous, restful sleep. There's so many workarounds that you can do with it. I mean, I put it in when I wash the bedding now, don't I? You can put it on a cloth and drape that over your radiator.
It was originally designed to go on your hair
at
night, so that your hair would be nice as well.
But you can, if you can commit to washing your hair the next day, then massage it into your hair and your scalp, and you will just have the most incredible sleep, and your hair will feel absolutely fantastic. It's the essential oils that you've got in there. You've got rosemary, lavender, clary sage, and peppermint. So rosemary is really, really good by itself at helping you sleep, and they've done sleep studies in America where they had a group of students, so very young students, all struggling with sleep due to exam stress, and just using rosemary oil alone, it went from 53% reporting that they had issues with sleeping, down to 38% in the same period of time. So that was just with rosemary essential oil. You've got lavender in there as well. Rosemary is very good for stress and depression too. You've got lavender in there, which, gosh, that goes right back to the Romans using it to heal wounds and everything. We're well aware that lavender does really help with calming and just helping. Very nosy, Bailey Boo. Just helping you sleep anyway. You've got clary sage in there, which has got a sedative effect and is very good at battling stress. And peppermint de-stresses and declutters your mind as well as opening up your airways, which helps you sleep. So for anybody that's not met Bailey before, this is Bailey Boo.
He's in charge of lives.
Yeah, he's in charge of lives, aren't you, darling? Yeah. We couldn't do a live without a Bailey Boo. Sleepyhead as well, you can use it for managing anxiety. Just a couple of drops on your wrist during the day will help you if you do battle any form of anxiety as well. We've got a lot of people that have got children on the autism spectrum that find it really helpful for helping them in overwhelming situations as well. So lots of uses. You can put it in your bath as well. If you do put any of the oils in your bath, then just be aware that they will make the bath slippery, so use a bath mat. But that's Sleepyhead. So that's the first one that Mark ever made for me. So that's the first one that's in the fibromyalgia kit.
A lot of the uses for most of our products have been found out by our customers, haven't they, really? So,
yeah, absolutely. Motor mouths are absolutely fantastic.
We're lost without the motor mouths.
Yeah, wouldn't we just be? And then the next one that's in there.
Oh, yeah,
is that okay, Bailey Boo? The next
is it past QC?
The next one that's in there is a 60ml pot of Pain Slayer. Pain Slayer is just a very gorgeous soft balm that you massage into a site of pain, and it will help turn down the level of your pain. So I just think of it as like a dial. If your pain's at 10 and you put Pain Slayer on, it's not going to get rid of it completely, but it will help turn it down. And then you could apply it on a regular basis every 20 minutes because there's no pharmaceuticals in there. It's a completely natural product. You don't have to clock watch, and you can apply it as often as you want to. You could also put heat on top of it as well from a hot water bottle or a microwavable wheat bag, an electric throw or something like that, and that will help intensify the results. I put it on before I go in the shower, don't I, if my pain's really bad as well. And I find that helps too. So you've got a 60ml pot of Pain Slayer in there. All these products are available separately as well. Pain Slayer does come in 2 other sizes.
I do think it's something that everyone should have, is a pot of Pain Slayer. I know it's just me saying that. But...
I mean, it's not just for fibromyalgia pain, is it? You can use it on any pain whatsoever. Yeah, any pain at all, from twisted ankles to slept funny and you've got a crick in your neck.
You've got people with sports injuries.
Yeah.
Golfers use it, all sorts.
If it hurts, put Pain Slayer on it, yeah.
All kinds of people using it.
Claire says, I personally would not survive without MCC products. The Fibro kit is a must. Yeah, most definitely. But Pain Slayer, we do it in 2 other sizes as well. We do it in a little 30ml size, which a lot of people use for first trialing it. But everybody very quickly usually moves on to the 180, which is the big jar. And that's sort of like the equivalent of 6 of those.
No, you don't.
And you do save money if you buy the big jar as well. It does work out that little bit cheaper. So far in your fibromyalgia kit, you've got your sleepy head, you've got your pain slayer, your essential oils that are doing all the hard work in there. You've got wintergreen, which is good for nerve pain, gout, arthritis. It's very good for period pains, and it's good for rheumatism as well. You've got eucalyptus, which is good for muscle pain and stops spasms. Clove is just an age-old pain relief. You know, you hear the old wives' tales of putting clove oil on toothache, and that's because of the eugenol. Maybe be quiet. The eugenol that's in it. So that's where the almost like a anesthetic comes from. You've got juniper berry in there, which is good for stress and tension, and juniper berry as well is good for heartburn. So if you get heartburn and rub it on where you've got heartburn, it will help with that as well, as will the peppermint that's in there. Peppermint is very good for muscle and joint pain, stops spasms, and it has been used in fibromyalgia studies as well. A lot of athletes use peppermint, don't they, because they can't take a lot of medications when they're training. Because they will show up in drug tests, so they use a lot of peppermint oil. They need to get some pain slayer in their life, don't they? And then you've got magnesium chloride in there as well, which is essential for normal cell function, so it'll help your cells, your nerves and your muscles. So that's pain slayer, which is absolutely fantastic. So that's that one. And then we've got, let's do it in order that they came out, and I suppose Revved Up. And Revved Up to me is a lifeline. I was mentioning earlier that for me, I find fatigue is the most debilitating out of all of the symptoms. It's the one that steals your life away from you. For me, with fatigue, it's the one that stops you going and meeting friends. It's the one that stops you working. It's the one that eventually stops friends wanting to bother with you because they think that you're just going to say no anyway. I'm very lucky. Lulu, one of my best friends in the whole wide world, is watching, and she never ever did that when I was really, really poorly. And Lou will tell you how poorly I was at times with it. You know, she was always there for me. So I was very lucky. I have got some fantastic friends. But it's so debilitating. With fatigue, to me, the difference between being tired, because everybody gets tired, don't they? And, you know, Revved Up will work if you are just tired. But the difference between being tired and having fatigue is if somebody wrote the winning lottery numbers on your front door, would you be able to get up and go and read them? If you could, then you're tired. If you couldn't, if you feel like your body's been turned to stone, then you have got fatigue. So it's two very different things. So that's Revved Up. It's a little rollerball. Mine's never far away from me. It's always in my handbag. And you can apply that as often as you want to. There's no hard and fast rules about where you put it. You know, sort of like forehead is a very good place to put it because it interacts with the limbic system. But again, anywhere. And it won't last all day. You'll get a lovely boost of sort of like an energy boost, and it's cheaper than energy drinks and coffee. Expensive coffees are much better for you as well, isn't it?
And it won't make you crash like coffee and sugar. And all these caffeine things, when they wear off, you crash, don't you?
Yeah,
it doesn't happen with that.
You're a big hater, aren't you, of those energy drinks? Yeah, not a fan.
You like them, don't you? Like,
when was the last time I had one? No, I've not had one for ages because I use Revved Up. I don't.
12 months, is it?
Oh gosh, longer than that. Not had one for ages. But in there, the essential oils that are doing all your hard work, you've got grapefruit, which interacts with your limbic system. So it helps with things like heart rate, stress. It stimulates circulation, increases your energy. Can also help your digestion as well. You've got bergamot, which is very good at enhancing your mood. It reduces stress hormones and helps with anxiety and depression. You've got rosemary in there again. Rosemary is very good at clearing your mind. And peppermint too, which just gives you that kind of big boost of almost like fresh air and just pulls you out of drowsiness. So
again, athletes use peppermint, don't they? It's been shown to increase endurance, hasn't it?
Yeah. So it's one that they use an awful lot. So that's you revved up for battling your fatigue. Then the next one, this was one that wasn't made for me. Mark made this for a friend of his who was in hospital quite poorly. And this is Chris's oil, which is a muscle relaxant. So if you suffer with anything like restless leg syndrome, cramping, knots in your muscles, muscular pain. So sometimes with muscular pain, you don't realize that's where your pain's coming from. But if it's cold, I mean, I tend to do this. So if it's cold, I will walk around with my shoulders up by my ears, and I won't realize until later on in the day that when I relax that I've then got pain, and I know that's because I've been holding my muscles funny. So I know that for that, then that's when Chris's oil will come into its own for me. The oils that you've got in Chris's oil, you've got comfrey oil, which is it's been used for centuries, comfrey oil, hasn't it? And it helps with pain and inflammation, but it's also been used for migraines, and its nickname is actually knit bone, where it's been used for like broken bone pain in sort of like medieval times. You've got yarrow in there as well, which really surprised me the first time we ever used yarrow, because it's bright blue, isn't it? And that helps with
It's a great colour.
it is beautiful, isn't it? That helps with, I mean, it's anti-inflammatory and anti-spasmodic. You've got rosemary in there again. We do like our rosemary, but it's a fantastic essential oil, and that helps with inflammation and joint pain. Thyme, my goodness, thyme's just been used for everything, age old, hasn't it? It's one that's always been used medicinally, and that's very good at helping support your digestion system. It increases circulation. It helps support your nerves. Very good if you get muscular cramps or like stomach cramps as well, you know, from IBS. Put some Chris's oil on your tummy and it will help with that as well. You've got lavender in there because that, again, is anti-stress and calming, and chamomile, which just relieves and relaxes you and just helps eliminate those cramps. So that's Chris's oil.
Are we saying any more about that now, or are you saying
no.
Okay.
And then we've got
what I'm told around here.
happy birthday to Headbanger.
Oh yeah. Amazing, yeah.
So I do feel like we need to start singing happy birthday to Headbanger. So we released this last year on May the 12th. This was our hero product last May the 12th. And Headbanger, again, is just a little roller ball that you apply in exactly the same way as you would do with Revved Up. Headbanger just eliminates headaches. It's like an eraser for headaches. We could not believe the results that we got with Headbanger, could we? When we put it out to the testers before we launched it last year. It's absolutely incredible. It deals with hemiplegic migraines, optical migraines, ice pick headaches, cluster headaches, just headache migraines with aura, without aura, just your normal common or garden headache. All you do is bob it on and it will work quicker than a painkiller. We're quite lucky we don't have to use it very often.
Not much, no.
We don't get headaches that often, do we? But
in fact, I don't think I've used it since this time last year.
This time last year, yeah. Very stressful this time last year.
Really, really stressful.
But it's fantastic. Everybody that uses Headbanger just absolutely loves it. It feels, and Cheryl, if Cheryl's watching, Cheryl will tell you, it feels like it's just pulling the headache to sort of like the front or the back of your head and then just disperses it. It's quite incredible how it works. Like Amanda says as well, it's fantastic for vertigo and nausea too.
I'm actually sporting me.
Oh yeah, you're wearing Headbanger today, aren't you? So if you you know, even if you've got vertigo or nausea without the headache, you can still use it for that as well, because it will still work. So they're your 5 products that are in your fibromyalgia care.
Something to know about Headbanger is there's no lavender in it.
Yes.
It was a deliberate,
very conscious decision, wasn't it?
Yeah. There's quite a few people say it's associated with migraines and things like that. So,
and a lot of the natural headache remedies out there do tend to have lavender in them, don't they? So Mark made a conscious effort not to put that in there, but it's absolutely fantastic. If you do suffer with any head pain whatsoever, then I can't recommend Headbanger enough. So that's what you would normally get in your fibromyalgia kit, but because it's Fibromyalgia Awareness Day, you know what we're like. We do always like to treat you, and like I say, this offer is going to be on until midnight on Sunday. So we're also including in there as well a packet of our Pain Slayer bath sherbets. If you've not seen our bath sherbets before, they've got all the fizz of a bath bomb, but they've got all the potency of the oil that's in them. So this one is Pain Slayer. So you've got your Pain Slayer bath sherbets. You can control how much you put in there as well. So if you only want a little bit, or if you want to put, you know, a couple of handfuls in, it's completely up to you. You're in control of it. And you get out of the bath and you feel like you've got new legs. It's just absolutely amazing. If you haven't got a bath, don't panic. You can still soak your feet in it as well, can't you? People that suffer with foot pain find that it really does help if they sit with their feet in a bowl of water with Pain Slayer bath sherbets in there as well. So as well as the 5 products that you would normally get, you will get your Pain Slayer bath sherbets.
I can recommend that. I had trouble with my feet about 18 months ago, didn't I? Yeah, it really helped on the Pain Slayer.
Yeah. It was the first time you'd ever had to use Pain Slayer for pain, wasn't it? And he was really surprised. He was like, oh my gosh, it really works. I'm like, I know, we've been telling you this for like years, Mark. It does actually really work. So there you go. That's your first freebie that you're going to get in your fibro kit. The next one is a Mcc Asleep Mask. So when you've got your sleepy head on, you can put your sleep mask on.
Much better.
Mark even suggested using them as masks.
I did try it, yeah.
Yeah. But you have to put them upside down for it to be effective, don't you? So you get your Mcc Sleep Mask as well. And because you've got a lot of stuff, you've now got a lot of stuff, we thought, well, you're going to need somewhere to put it. So you're going to get one of our lazy drawstring bags to keep it all in as well. So these open up absolutely flat. I love these bags. So it just opens up flat like that. So you can see everything that you've got in there. And then when you want to put everything in, chuck it all in. Pull your drawstrings together. Bailey, it was mummy. Put your toggles down. And away you go. And it's even got your nice MCC patch on the front as well. That's like a proper woven patch. There you go.
Hang it from those things, can't you? Hang it up with those.
Yeah.
Somewhere if need be.
And they're quite long, so yeah, you could hang it on the back of your bathroom door or something. So that's everything that you can get in the fibromyalgia kit. So you will be able to get this on the website. I'm not going to put a separate entry on the website for it. It's just when you order the fibromyalgia kit, which is already on the website, you're just going to get all those freebies with it until the end of Sunday.
Or the bags run out.
Or the bags run out.
Whichever happens first.
I think we should have enough to last. But yeah, I love these bags. And, you know, they're just so easy when you want to go in them to find something. If you're having a bad day, the last thing you want to be doing is rummaging around in a bag. So literally pull those out. There you go. And you can see all your stuff. I just think they're a really good idea. And Sarah has a really good idea for them as well. If you've got a little one that likes using Lego, it's handy to put the Lego in, especially like when we are allowed to go out and about.
Stop you standing on it.
Yeah. You know, if you want to take some Lego with you when we're allowed to go back out and about, it's a nice little play mat for them with their Lego, isn't it? So there you go. So that's our special offer for Fibromyalgia Awareness Day.
I just wonder if you can use one of those bag bits.
Always trying to pinch your freebies, isn't he? So shall we do another word?
We shall.
So this is your second word.
This is like our Bailey.
Fluffy. So there you go. Instagram, because I know you're trying to read it backwards. It's Fluffy, Fluffy. So that's your second word. And then we've got a little bit of news for you. So, as from next week, I don't know what day next week, and it'll become apparent why I don't know what day next week just yet. I don't think it'll be Monday. It's more likely to be Wednesday or Thursday. We have got a couple of little changes to existing products. So one of the things that we've had feedback about is Chris's oil. For our established customers, they know the story behind Chris's oil. They know what it does. They've been with us long enough to understand it. But for new customers, it can be quite confusing when they're looking at the products and they're trying to figure out what one they need. So we thought that we would
we need to make it clearer, basically.
Yeah,
what it is and what
we
it
need
does.
need to give it a name where it kind of speaks for itself. So as from next week, and we're just waiting on the labels, that's the only thing that we're waiting on. We were hoping that we'd have the labels by today, but because of our supplier having issues with coronavirus, with staff and getting the ingredients and stuff for materials, not ingredients, I suppose, when you're making labels, there has been a little bit of a delay with them.
We're down to just the me, aren't we?
Yeah, so everybody's having to be a little bit more lenient, but of course we understand. So Chris's oil's having a makeover and has a brand new name and is now going to be called Muscle Magic. It's got a new little pick. There you go. Muscle Magic. And we think that just explains so much better what Chris's oil does. We love it. We love it. We think it's exactly what it should be called. We love the logo. But as you know, Muscle Magic doesn't just come in the oil at the moment. So what other kind of products do we do it in? So we have been doing the bath sherbets. So the Chris's Oil bath sherbets. So you will be pleased to know they're not going anywhere. We're still going to have Muscle Magic bath sherbets. So you're still going to have those. But we've had a lot of people since Christmas really nag us quite a lot. Because if you remember at Christmas, we did a limited edition Chris's Oil shower suds, and everybody absolutely loved them, including myself, including Mark. It's what we use at home. This one's for a little bit selfish reasons because we've just run out at home. So we thought, let's make them. So you'll be pleased to know, your Muscle Magic shower suds as well. So if you did love at Christmas the Chris's Oil shower suds, once we've completed the name change and we've got the labels, we will be doing the shower suds again for you. You'll be pleased to know. And I know it's so annoying, isn't it? And the giveaway prize for this competition that we're running today, we are going to be giving 5 people the first 5 Muscle Magic shower suds that are made with the new label on. You'll be getting the first 5. So that's right across the board. That's Instagram and Facebook. The first 5 that get the words to us. Shall we do another word?
One of your favourites.
Yay. I had to put this word in because I eat them a lot. There you go. So that's marshmallow. So if you can't read that on Instagram, it's so annoying. It's always backwards on Instagram, isn't it? It's marshmallow, like the sweet.
If you haven't noticed, there is a theme to these words.
It will come apparent.
Yeah.
So sticking with that, we thought, what else can we do that just makes things a little bit easier? What other products do we do where people use it for what it wasn't really originally intended for, so the name doesn't do it justice? And that's Neat Ink, which is our tattoo balm. So we're still going to keep the tattoo balm, because if somebody's having a tattoo, we know that they're going to want to use Neat Ink tattoo balm. But what we're also going to do is we are going to do it as SOS. So this is our SOS balm. So SOS stands for Save Your Skin. As you all know, that Neat Ink, it can be used on anything that needs healing. So be it from grazes to slight burns to eczema, psoriasis. My goodness, the results we've had with psoriasis have been absolutely incredible, haven't they? Yeah. So anything that needs healing, you're going to put some SOS on it.
Just to reiterate, all these are just name changes.
Yeah, they're just name changes.
It's exactly the same.
Yeah.
Same with the Chris's oil. It's exactly the same. It's Chris's oil. Just changing the name. That's
yeah.
all.
Just changing the name.
Clearer for people.
And I really love the logo for SOS as well. I think it's.
Try and pull that well, shall I?
I'll just show them a little bit closer. So, guys, if you missed the first word, if you missed any of the first words, I'm sorry, we're not repeating them. It was part of the deal of being here for the full hour. Unfortunately, if you missed the first words, you missed them, I'm afraid. We're not repeating them.
She's a strict.
I am strict. I'm always strict with these competitions. But how cute is that? So it's little doves made out of hands.
Which also hands, aren't they? Yeah.
Yeah. So we love that. So SOS balm. If you've got anything that needs healing, it's SOS. If you need anything that needs to stop hurting, then it's Pain Slayer. Simple as that. It's so clear, isn't it? Every single household should have a pot of both, and then you can treat absolutely anything. Then, how are we doing for time? We're doing really, really well, actually.
I've got ABBA in my head now.
You've got ABBA in your head. Why?
SOS.
Oh, so when you need me, darling, can you hear me? SOS.
Giving me age away.
The love you gave me, nothing else. I worked in a 70s bar for years and years and years and years and years. So I've spent the majority of my working life listening to 70s music.
I think we need a bigger office.
We do need we need a bigger MCC. That's what we need.
I think we are outgrowing it a bit.
We are a little bit, aren't we? Yeah. Can you remember? We were so pleased when we moved in here, and we were like, "Oh my goodness, we've got all this space," and now we're like, "It's not big enough."
Boxes, stuff piled up everywhere now. Isn't there?
Look at Claire appreciating our singing. I just feel like I need a new Neat Ink just for the new label. I know I'm a bit like that. I'm going to have new label stuff. And so that brings us on to our brand new product. Should we do another word? How many words have we got left there?
2.
Let's do another word. Let's get another word out of the way. Lynn says Britain's Got Talent contender. Absolutely. Could you imagine?
Are you ready? Next one.
Soft. SOFT, soft. There you go. That's your next word. Oh God, Simon, don't start putting all kinds of songs into my head now. Like, knowing me, knowing you. So this next product is
the best jingle writers ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
Off into the world of 70s.
I think a lot of people like them, just won't admit it.
They were good at what they did. So next product, my goodness, this is mind-blowing. This is absolutely incredible. I have spent the past 2 weeks since Mark first actually made it, just following him around, telling him how fantastic I think he is. Because it is absolutely amazing. It's absolutely out this world. So We already do a product for the skin called Natural Beauty, which is an oil. And Natural Beauty is one of my favourite products because I do have very dry skin. And it's a beautiful oil. When you get out of the shower, bob that on your skin. It really does solve your problems. I've had everything for my skin. I've had really dry skin since the moment I was born. I was born quite premature, and it was one of the things that I've always been left with. But I've had everything that you can think of for dry skin on prescription. Nothing's ever worked until Natural Beauty. And Natural Beauty is just absolutely fantastic. And a lot of people have asked us to produce a hand cream. A lot of people have asked us to produce a foot cream. A lot of people have asked us to produce a body butter. And I've always been no, because Natural Beauty is fantastic and it does what it says, and it really does work.
It's one of my favourite smells.
And it smells beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I don't even need to wear perfume when I go out, do I, when I've got Natural Beauty on? But in line with a lot of the coronavirus stuff that's been going on from people struggling with washing their hands so much and their hands being sore, we were like, well, we're doing a hand cream, really. People really could use that. But you know what we're like. We don't ever make a product with just one use, do we? So we thought, well, if we're doing that, let's do it properly. So we would like to introduce to you Natural Beauty Whipped Cream. This is incredible. So all the admin team have got it, apart from Sarah says she hasn't got hers yet. It's absolutely fantastic. Zara said some may not just asked but nagged. Yes, Zara has been nagging Mark for about 2 years for a hand cream. So Natural Beauty Whipped Cream.
Sort of grown insensitive to the nagging now.
It doesn't take any notice anymore. Is just absolutely incredible. So I haven't got a label for it yet. We're still waiting for the labels to come, so this is going to be available next week.
Let's do this then before you
No. We'll do that very last one. It'll all disappear. I know.
Do that.
I know what these mouths are like. I know what they're like. They're tricky. They'll all disappear once you show that word. So we're going to be doing it in the 180ml jars, which is just incredible. So that's the same size as your big Pain Slayer.
Nice. Those bottles with the labels on, didn't we?
I don't know. This stuff is just incredible. You can use this on your hands. You can use this on your feet. You can use this wherever you want to put it, head to toe. It is gorgeous. Look at that.
It does sort of make you feel like eating it.
Yeah, look at that. It's so light and airy.
Don't eat it, by the way.
No, please don't eat it. It's so light and airy and beautiful and soft, and the camera is just not doing it justice.
No, it isn't.
Whatsoever. It is absolutely to die for. It is gorgeous. It's just like, it's like Mr. Whippy ice cream mixed with marshmallow fluff mixed with Angel Delight.
Hence all the words.
That's what it feels like. Just looking at some of the comments. Man says, I have really flaky skin on my hands. We're washing them. 2 applications of this. My hands are soft like a baby's bum. Sharon says, wow. I did, Amanda. Yeah, it is absolutely beautiful.
It reminds me of, do you remember snowballs?
Yeah.
The centre of those.
Yeah, like marshmallow fluff.
It's not sticky like that, but
it's
that's what it looks like.
Absolutely beautiful. So this is your Natural Beauty Whipped Cream Treaser. It's absolutely gorgeous. Ellie Mae says you sold me on Angel Delight. Right, I have put this one aside for our beautiful daughter Jade. So she knows that I'm going to do this. I'm going to stick my finger in it. But it's so pretty. It looks so pretty when it's just all fresh in the jar. There. Oh, it's a shame too, isn't it?
No, that's what it's for.
It's just beautiful. It's so soft. Look at that.
You did that before rolling your sleeve up.
Oh yeah, that's the point. You're going to have to help me, aren't you?
Just one on that one.
Both.
Push. It's like having a toddler.
Thanks. Yeah, that'll do because it's going to cut my circulation off. And it just melts into your skin. Look how quickly that disappears. And it's just beautiful. I wish you could smell it. I do wish you could smell it. I absolutely can't begin to tell you how beautiful it is. It's just absolutely divine. So if you're going to use it as a hand cream, you would only need the tiniest little bit. And unlike a lot of very rich hand creams that leave your hands very, very sticky, or very greasy or oily, this just melts in. It's absolutely beautiful. It smells so good, doesn't it?
It's strong, isn't it?
It smells absolutely gorgeous. Alison says that looks so soft. It's just, me and the admin team have been trying to think of words to describe it, because it's just unbelievably soft and fluffy, and say words just don't do it justice. It's absolutely beautiful. And a little bit does go a very, very long way. I've just been plastering myself in this all week. Mark said to me yesterday, it's like, do you want to help me jar the Natural Beauty? I was there in a shop, wasn't I? I don't normally volunteer myself for stuff in the lab very often, but I was there like a shot.
It was like when your mum used to make cakes and you'd fight over the mixture. That's what you were like with the bowl.
Yeah. And I
just in the bowl.
Yeah, what was left in the bowl. I was just like, can I just like scrape this out and like use it? It's absolutely to die for. So that's Natural Beauty whipped cream. You have got in there, you've got essential oils.
Orange. What are you asking now? Orange.
Lavender.
God, I can't remember. Mine's gone.
Chamomile.
Yeah.
And ylang ylang.
Ylang ylang, yeah, God.
That was all right, done from memory, wasn't it, for a brand new product? Bailey Boo! Bailey! So it just smells absolutely gorgeous. It's slightly citrusy, slightly florally, quite... Bailey!
Oh.
One's picking up Daddy, please. It's quite a...
Come on, then.
Not musky, that's not the word that I'm looking for, but it's quite a deep smell, isn't it? It's not sort of like light and florally. It's it's very hard to describe, isn't it, Claire? It's absolutely beautiful. It's just one of my most favourite products that Mark has ever made, ever. Take out of the plain area, sort of like the fibro products, because I couldn't survive without those. But out of everything else, that is definitely my favourite product Mark has ever made.
I say I like the smell. My favourite smell of all is Chris's oil. But that's the second one. Yeah.
Woody, Jane, yes, that's quite a good word. Sort of like a florally, citrusy, woody smell, isn't it? But I love ylang ylang anyway. Ylang ylang is just an absolutely beautiful essential oil. Yeah, it's incredible. So if you do have anything like dry skin, or sort of like hands are sore, or you've got problems with your feet, like cracked heels, then it will work really good for that. It'll work as a daily moisturizer. I put it on my face first thing in the morning. Then when we get to work, I put my Secret Venom on. So I use both because my skin's quite dry. But
I can see a difference in your skin.
We just worked incredibly well.
It's not even 2 weeks, is it really?
No. It's just absolutely beautiful. So that will be going on the website as soon as we've got the labels. So I know people are going to be nagging me all week saying for the next week saying when's it available, when's it available, when's it available. As soon as I've got the labels, then I will put it on the website. So it will be at some point next week. Price point. Now you're going to be blown away because the admin didn't believe me when I told them yesterday. They just wouldn't believe me. So like I said, it's in a 180ml jar. Something else that very quickly, when we were looking at other body butters and body creams and doing a little bit of market research, as you always do when you bring in a new market, we found ones that had the same ingredients as margarine, didn't we?
One of them did, didn't it?
Yeah.
It's basically margarine.
Yeah.
And they called it butter, which is a bit naughty.
Yeah, it was a body butter and it was made of margarine. We were having a bit of a chuckle about that, didn't we? But it's scary, isn't it, what they put in some of them?
Oh, you're not allowed to use the word margarine anymore, apparently.
Are you not?
If it's margarine, it's a spread.
Yeah. But yeah, it was quite scary. Some of the
most
stuff
of them are basically water. Like a water-based emulsion. You just paying for water. Silly. It's always the first ingredient.
Yeah. There's no water in ours. Really. No water in ours, is there?
Only the ambient moisture, which is tiny amount.
But yeah, you could you wouldn't believe what some of the ingredients are. There's skin irritants in some of them, isn't there?
Yeah, quite well known irritants. Yeah. So I don't like to use them. It's
but we've looked at for price point as well. When we didn't look at, which is daft really, because we really should when we're doing new product development. We didn't look at other high street prices before we priced ours. We priced ours on the same sort of like equations that we always do. And then when we've gone and looked, there's a lot of other natural ones on the high street that are actually more expensive than ours anyway, aren't they? So you'll be pleased to know it is really, really affordable for your 180ml jar. It's only going to be £12.75. How good is that? £12.75 for your 180ml jar of Natural Beauty whipped cream. It's absolutely fantastic. You're going to absolutely love it. So we've got one batch waiting to go. As soon as the labels go on it, it will be on the website. So I will keep you all up to date. We'll be talking about it a lot over the next week because it is absolutely fantastic. I will probably do the live tomorrow lunchtime based on just on Natural Beauty whipped cream. It's absolutely gorgeous. I just can't stop ranting and raving about it. Anyway, says 12.75. Jesus Christ, I was thinking it was going to be in the £35-40 mark. Absolutely brilliant. We always like to make our products as affordable as we possibly can, because ones we were looking at as well on the market yesterday, we were absolutely disgusted in what people were charging for them, weren't we? Considering what the ingredients were, and we will never ever do that at all. We like to be able to sleep at night, don't we, darling?
Yeah.
It's a very big thing to us. So
which is why we have sleepyhead as well.
Yeah, which is why we have sleepyhead too. So we are going to do the last word now. So once we've done this, you should have 5 words. How it's going to work is you will need to either on Instagram go to our direct messenger, send us a message with all 5 words. On Facebook, you send it to the MCC messenger, and we will pick the first 5 that come through across the board. Gonna have to be quick because Instagram's just about to finish. So your last
word. The last word, because you usually do.
Your last word is cloud. There you go. CLOUD, cloud. Thank you so much for joining. It's been fantastic. We absolutely love doing these lives on Fibromyalgia Awareness Day, and it just means so much that you guys come and spend it with us for an hour and love what we do. And as long as you love what we're doing, then we'll carry on doing it, won't we? So we will pick the first 5. We won't get back to everybody because it'll take us all day, but we will let the first 5 people know who have won. Admin team will sort that for us very shortly. So thank you so much for joining. Don't forget about your fibromyalgia kits. You don't need to pick anything special on the website, just pick that one. And I will see you all tomorrow. So take care, guys.
Hopefully we'll be live tonight on the Annie Blue page.
So take care, guys, and we will see you all tomorrow. We'll see you tonight if you're joining for the Annie Blue Live. So take care. Bye-bye.
See ya.